I think I understand why it's hard to convince people who have very little to live for to quit drinking. I don't know. Like for me, I understand that it passes the time and it slows me down a little bit. I'm not thinking all of those depressive thoughts. My anxiety just kind of melts away. Honestly, besides the liver issues that you have later on, I don't really have a great argument against it. I wish it lasted longer, you know? For me, one drink kind of goes away real quick. It clears up in, 20 minutes. So, I don't know. I don't really have a good discussion right now in my life against it. Maybe that's why I do it. I don't know if I'm trying to pass the time, though. I do like the feeling. I like feeling a little bit slower. I feel like I'm not focusing on so much disappointment and failure in my life, which I understand is the whole point. And I understand that I could get that with a pill, but what's the difference, I guess? I think you still process it through your liver. I mean, maybe it's not as hard on your liver as alcohol is, but I don't know. I guess that's why drinking is a social thing. And when you drink heavily alone, it's a self-harming thing. And that's what's frowned upon in society. But when you're depressed, you don't really care if it's a self-harming thing. So drinking alone becomes a close friend. Becomes a companion to you at that point. Becomes your only friend. I mean, I'm not at that point, right? But I don't know, I can understand people that are. And I don't condemn them for that. I wonder what things they went through in their life. What abuse. Maybe they were raped. Maybe they were neglected. We all are, a little bit. Our parents are imperfect. We're imperfect. We just have to do what we can to cope with that. If you find religion, great. If you don't, you find something else to fill it. And sometimes people find both. So, I don't know. I don't know if I like doing the blog when I'm drinking. I feel like it's part of the honesty that I need to deal with. For me, it's part of therapy. I know people might have judgment about that. I know my ex would. She'd be pretty pissed off if she found out that I did this. Or she'd feel sad or pity, which I don't really want. But I don't know. I'm not looking for that. The whole purpose of getting up here is to tell the truth. To be everything that I am right now in my life. Always in my life. And when that changes, if that changes, then I will be that in front of this mic. I'm not always going to be this. I feel sorry for people on YouTube that create these channels that feel like they have to meet this certain standard. all the time, you know. They set the standard for them, or they beat the standard, and that's what they have to hit. I feel bad for them. In the same way that I feel bad for celebrities, I feel like they set themselves up at a standard, a type of person you have to live by. And when you set yourself up that way, life's not always at that high, you know. And because it's not always at that high, you end up, for a lot of your life, you end up living a lie, and that is really hard on a person. Maybe harder. Excuse me. Sorry. Harder in some ways than what I'm living with. I feel for those people. I feel for the people that have to entertain the masses like that can't tell the truth. Or if they do, they have to edit the truth, or they have to filter themselves. Like, there's a reason why so many people in this kind of industry have mental issues that they have to deal with. I mean, I already had mental issues, but I'm a nurse, and I've had issues from the day I was born, so. But I mean, it's sad when issues that you get are self-inflicted by your environment, and you recognize those things, and you have to deal with them. It's like a workforce hazard, I guess, that you have to deal with. I guess that's what I have to deal with as a nurse. With ADHD, with depression, with addictive personality disorder. I have to deal with all of those things. And it's hard. But YouTube's a good way, and it doesn't even have to be YouTube, but just talking into a mic's a good way to let that out, so that I don't go over the deep end. And as I'm going over it, or if I'm going over it, I can talk myself down from it. I have a venue to put that out there. It's comforting. It's my, it's one of the things that's keeping me going, besides my kids, is this blog. And nobody's listening to it, which is fine. That was never my intention. My intention was that I would tell the truth on it. It feels like I'm talking to somebody, so that's the effect. It feels like I'm getting this out off my chest. Even if it will never really go away in my life, it feels like this could be that friend of mine that never changes. This mic will never change. If people started watching my show, I don't know what I would do. Have a freak out? I don't know. I feel like the content of this show, though, could be something that people could attach to. But it's not. The stuff that I talk about isn't something that you like or dislike, you know? I mean, I guess it could be. I guess you can like or dislike it. But it's definitely not something that you like or want people to necessarily subscribe to. It's, I don't know. It's like a reality TV show that's not fake. It's not something that people want to watch. So I'm on YouTube with this thing that people don't want to watch, which was my intention from the beginning. I don't want anybody to watch this. And, I don't necessarily want people to see me. I don't want the attention. Even though people might think that I do, I really don't. I'm not built for that kind of attention. I would never read the comments. Couldn't handle it. At least not right now. Anyways, another drunk night. Done.